when I arrived home, they had gave me some of my neighbor's mail as well.
Right.
So now I return that to the post office or to the mailbox. So I'm a retired person trying to rest. I cannot deliver mail anymore for the postal service.
But is it your job to mail it whether you were 19 years old or whether you were the age you
I'm
are
just
now?
thinking that some people that got my mail, did they toss it in the garbage? Not just this institution.
Let's add this to it. Miss Mary found a piece of mail in the. Where did you find it, Miss Mary?
In the alley.
In the alley, and we had snow like some people did, and now it's melting due to the temperatures being higher than they normally would. And I noticed it was laying on the kitchen table on and I said, this looks like somebody's mail. And I said, where did you find it? She said, in the alley. So, is that delivering it? That it's laying in the alley?
Delivered it to the alley.
Okay.
And I want to know what else can I do? I have no representation to anyone I can talk to. We sent letters to the postal service, Postmaster General.
Right.
We have
we did all
things to cover. I'm on the limit, and maybe Caucasian people know exactly where to go to get things done, but I don't know what else place to do. Is someone out here hear me? Please let me know where do I go from here.
Okay, this is another aspect that I'm going to add to what Miss Mary was saying. I don't know if she already said it, but when she went to the post office and they told you what they told you about the mail and the mail carriers and so forth and so on, she said, well, can I have my mail, the mail that you have now? And what did the young lady say?
She told me she wasn't supposed to give it to me.
Even she showed proper identification, which makes sense, because just someone said, give me my mail, give me whatever number. They asked for the ID, and even though she showed proper government ID, she still did not want to give. She still didn't want to give you your mail. So I'm still at a loss here a little bit, because you're willing to come and get your mail, not someone else's mail, your mail.
But they still gave me somebody else's as well as mine.
Okay, I understand that, but even with that, so it was already put together with a rubber band. So it goes back to when we did have a mail carrier, and it would be in a rubber band, and then other people's would be, or we just get a rubber band full of another person's mail. So
we overlooked that though.
Right. But now you're being handed mail with some resistance, even though it is your mail and you have proven another test. They didn't ask you any questions, but that you are who you say you are, and the woman still did not want to give you the mail. Do you think she might wanted to send it back from where it came from instead of, I don't understand what the role of the post office is now. Do you know what it might be?
No, I don't. That's why I'm talking to you and your follower, your followers. That's why I'm talking to you now. You don't get on here often, but I want it out there because I want to see where can I get help to get my mail. I just want the mail. I don't want no big thing about it. I just want my mail, just like I used to get my mail, daily mail. Right. It's been 5 days.
That's usually what it is. When you go onto the USPS website, this is what we start to experience. That's when we've been doing this in stages, and Miss Mary has been very diligent about talking about our journey with this. We start to get in. I got informed delivery, and I said this already, for packages, because I started to see some significant issues with that. At some point, I realized that informed delivery, they didn't say, that no longer was just for packages. It was for your everyday mail, and they were taking photos, they were taking pictures or images of the mail, and then that turned into them not only having the images, but having a box underneath each one saying, did you receive this today? You could check it off. No, I did not receive it. And they would let you know, okay, letting us know that it was submitted, and we're going to do our best. And they looked like they had started something, but then it reverted back. And then what made Miss Mary laugh at me was, once they were showing the pictures and I was doing that, we still weren't getting it. And then we made a comment. We had the last interview with you about the Postal Service. They wouldn't show the pictures anymore. They just said, you had mail today, and they'll tell me how many pieces, but then I got no pictures. So I was like, is this like some kind of retaliation or something because you're showing me these pictures? Okay, so that stayed for like a week's time, maybe more, and then all of a sudden I stopped looking. But then at some point I became curious, and I looked, and the pictures were back. So I told Miss Mary, I said, oh, the pictures are back. Okay, so yeah.
But I still didn't get the mail.
No. So we contacted. I stayed online. I don't know for how long. Like I said, I work better with online. Okay, so going and looking up actual physical addresses for certain entities that are higher up, whether it be on the USPS website. Okay, some of them I did email and sent them, found what their address was, and sent something in duplicate of what I sent by email, because I've gotten results for other things that way, not necessarily this time. So clearly this time nothing happened. So and then Miss Mary as well was doing her part in hopes, and it reaped nothing. So I don't know what else, Miss Mary, we could do other than the Heavenly Father, because we've done everything we can, and you've talked to everybody you can talk to, and I've emailed everyone I can, and we've talked on the phone with everybody. So only the Heavenly Father can do that, because we don't know unless someone, I guess this is what Miss Mary's wanting, is someone out there that works for the Postal Service who has some kind of position or power, is listening out there and can help us get our mail, and they don't throw it in the alley or give it to somebody else, okay, or send it back.
My mail that I'm thinking about is time sensitive.
But I don't know what we can do.
Time sensitive. I even talked to my neighbor who works for the Postal Service.
Right.
And she didn't know.
You asked her specifically, what's going on?
What's on? Oh, she didn't know.
She didn't know what was going on.
Now, how you working? You might know everything.
No, but you know if something ain't right.
You know something is not right on your job. I have worked a job 45 years. So I know. You might not have all the facts, but you know something going on.
What I suggested to Miss Mary is that people tend to, and rightfully so, each job has a certain confidentiality thing, and that's not, and I get that, and maybe she was trying to keep in spite of everything that might be going on, maybe that's why she would, because I could not accept that she didn't know. There's no way you're working there and no one knows, because they're having problems in the UK, they're having problems all over the world actually. But I think Miss Mary thought that because we'd been neighbors, and she talked about not her job necessarily, but other things, that she would be, more authentic and say, you know what, we're dealing with some problems. Even that, she just denied completely that she knew anything about anything. She didn't know.
I don't know.
So I don't. I do know.
You live next door to me.
You do know.
You live next door to me. You getting your mail and I don't get mine.
But they thought it was her mail when they threw it. So it's at her house, and she is a postal worker, and they took the mail
and threw it
and it fell behind the bench that was on. So we ain't because I would think if you worked for it, they would recognize, oh, that's so and so house, and we gon', it ain't right, but we gon' give you the princess treatment. But they took the stuff and threw it, and it fell behind because her sister was looking for had a package coming. And then, I don't know if the woman ever got a package, but she got your mail, but it was long.
But she was very nice about it. The sister to the postal worker, she was very nice. She delivered. She called me and brought it to my door.
Nobody in this
as a postal
worker.
It's a
postal worker.
She brought it and told me where she found it at. And I had called the pharmacy. I've gotten myself upset about.
Because this is medication.
This is medication. Time
sensitive.
I need the medication. It's mailed to me at a certain time. I need to start taking it at a certain time. Time sensitive. I can't wait until y'all get to sitting up there filing your nails or eating dried tomatoes. I need someone.
But this is the thing with Miss Mary. I told her, and Miss Mary and me we're not insensitive to this. We're trying to see, because we all worked a job or jobs. So I told her, I said, I came across something online and they showed it in another state, I believe. And it showed that there was someone that they disguised her voice. It was a woman, I know. And her face or whatever.